Well, welcome to the new Colorado Front Range. We've made our move across the country and we're excited to kind of show you what's going on. And when I say we, this time I don't have a crew yet. We're going to be looking for a crew. So if you're interested, we're going to give a tour of what we're going to do a little bit so you have an idea of what's going on. No plans yet, nothing more than just a prototype we're going to follow, which will be the Colorado and Southern. The northern route probably running from Longmont to Colorado Springs. That's pretty much what we're looking at. But just to give you a tour of what's going on, Jonathan is looking out for you guys because he's like, Mike, you need to get a video out and let everybody know what's going on. So here's what's going on. This is the home of the new Colorado Front Range. And behind me, you can see a garage door. This garage door actually is going to my wood shop, which the area that we're going to be working with this time is not a separate building, but a full basement. A basement about 2,600 square feet that I purchased, and my wife got a free house on top of it. But nonetheless, we're going to take a tour of what we have here and we'll show you. So come on in, we'll take a look at the shop. So this is the wood shop. Now this whole area is not for the railroad. This is actually for all the things that will be used to construct the railroad. My laser is sitting over here right now. It's still in pieces waiting to be reassembled. We literally moved in about 10 days ago, and I have been just getting everything in the house, not really getting anything organized. But this will be the wood shop in which my wood tools, all the stuff that I'll use to construct the bench work, also do laser cutting and things like that, all will be located in here. I'm also thinking about putting my 3D printers in this area. The laser and the 3D printers will be in an area in which the dust from the wood shop will not interfere. It's going to be in an enclosed room over here. So this area here, so let's talk about the layout itself. The layout itself is going to be about 750 square feet. Now there's a little encroachment in a couple rooms in here. This one will have a little encroachment here. I'm just going to build a box that's going to come out to here to complete a lobe of the layout, at least as I've started the drawings right now. It's not finalized, but that's one of the ideas I have. But this area here needs to be prepped. I'm going to paint it, get it all prepped and all ready. I need a little more lighting in here for doing woodworking and getting things prepped. So those things will occur first, and then I will bring all my wood tools down here. Right now I'm just clearing this out from another area that we're going to see, that I'll talk about. I won't really go into taking a look at it, but just to look at it, just to talk about where it's going in there. But right now all that stuff is in here until I get prepped to do, get that finished and then kind of shuffle stuff around. But this is the wood shop. Beautiful wood shop this is going to be. It's 20 by 31 feet, so plenty of depth in here. This will cover most of my woodworking needs. It'll also be heated, as you can see, which makes it really kind of nice. So my old wood shop was in my garage in Gig Harbor, and it is not going to be in a garage. So, well, sort of. This is not a garage. This is actually in the basement of my house. So anyway, we're going to take a look through that door right there. That's where the actual main layout will go. So hold on fast and we'll make a shift of the camera. Okay, so here we are in the main layout room. Just to give you some dimensions, from back behind you to this wall over here is 29 feet. And from this wall to that wall is 24 feet. So that's the first part of this main layout room. As you can notice, I have a beam in the center here that's going to create some problems. Also, this is located in a basement. So unlike when I was in the shop and I had access to moving lights around and everything to make it fit for the layout, I'm going to be kind of limited. And so one of the things I'm going to do, oh, and behind you is actually 3 windows. So that's creating a little bit of a challenge here. But one of the things we're going to do is, I think we're going to build a shadow box style layout. Because that controls the lights a little better. I'm also going to be having it very, not attaching it to the walls. It's going to be self-supporting, self-standing. So a little change in something I've never done before, but we'll move forward with that. Obviously with the wood shop, which is located, you can see the door right here is actually on the other side of this wall here. It's going to make it really handy because I can build everything out there. The desk's a mess day out in here. I bring a finished product into this area here. As you can see, like I said, 10 days ago we moved into this house, and the layout is pretty much stashed right here. This is not all of it. It's actually been scattered around in a couple rooms, and we're going to show you some of those rooms, but the majority of it is right here. This door that's right behind me here, this door is actually a utility room, and it's a huge utility room. Taking advantage of that situation, it's probably 12 by 14 feet back into there, and it is not occupied all by the furnace and the water heater. So what I'm going to do, it's all prepped and ready to go. I'll be painting it soon, and then I'm going to put shelves in there, and that's basically going to be the hobby shop. So a lot of the stuff that I used to store underneath the layout is now going to be in this back room, again, making it a cleaner, more finished look in here. So that's part of the things that I'm going to be doing. As you can see over here, there's a pair of French doors that actually heads over to the crew lounge. But these French doors are going to be taken out. I have to do a little remodeling here. So I'm designing and getting ready to do some remodeling. I have to get the house upstairs set up first before I can do those type of things. But those doors will be taken out. That'll just become a continuous wall, which leaves the last door you can see in the back corner. And that also goes to the crew lounge area. It goes to the stairways, my dispatcher's office and my new hobby model building studio that I'll have, and a restroom out there as well. So lots of options here, but this is basically what we're dealing with. Because of the lighting situation, I think a shadow box is going to be the best way to go about this. So let's take a look at what else is available to us and what we're looking at as we look at this whole area. Okay, so now we're in, just came out of the hobby shop, the hobby room, which or the layout room, which is over here. One of the things that's really nice is when we were in Gig Harbor, there was no restroom in that shop, and now I have one over here right behind me. As you can see, it's a rack. It's, again, things just coming in, and I'm starting the process of setting up. This is going to be my dispatcher's office and my office that I actually work in, where I do processing of videos, doing CAD work for the laser, for building the layout. All those type of things will occur in there. I'll show you the computer system that we have set up in there. And then this will be my building studio. This all has to be remodeled. It's a spare bedroom. I'm going to take the carpet out of there, take the replace it with vinyl, and then do some counters as center islands so I can work on the models. So I'll actually design them in this room, cut them out into the on the laser, and then bring the parts in here to actually build them, keeping once again this area separate from the layout room so that I have a clean layout room 90% of the time. Now there's always going to be a mess in there, partly because you got to lay track. That's going to create a mess, and then you're going to have doing scenery and things like that. But keeping most of the mess away from the layout area will be a huge plus. Having the modeling studio separate from the woodworking area so dust isn't an issue. Huge plus with that. One of the things that I used to do, John and Sean both know that I used my kitchen table when I was in Gig Harbor. It became my modeling center, my modeling studio in many ways, because it's only me and my wife, and oftentimes she would like company, so I would do that right on the kitchen table, and that would then create this back and forth type situation. Now creating these spaces all in the same area will be really helpful. My wife is of course just up the stairs, or when we look at the crew lounge, we'll see the other areas she will be at as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at. But let's take a look at what will soon be the CTC panel that we will do. I once again will be using JRMRI and building a CTC panel, but I now have a full-fledged CTC area that'll be really great. It works really well for designing and CAD work, but it'll also work really well for JMRI and running the panels. So let me get the camera moved around and we'll take a look at that. Okay, so this is my office, dispatcher's office. As you can see, we have the computer all set up and ready to go. Of course, it's being used for multiple purposes, but one of the things that really be used is tables will be set up, so I'll have designs in here and research that I'm doing on the layout. Also setting up JMRI and maybe dealing with a few small projects as I try and get things to work. It's nice to have a table and the computer all in the same area. One of the things I really did find when we were building the first Colorado Front Range was oftentimes I would be working with electronics and I need to get the JMRI to respond at the same time, and it was kind of nice to be able to have them all working in a separate room by themselves where I could tinker with them and see how it goes. This is just, again, another spare bedroom. This one's probably, it's 18 by 14, something like that. Nice big area here. You can see the previous owners had used this for a computer room as well. I'm probably going to take those brackets down. You may find a use on the layout. We'll see what happens. Got a nice big closet to store a lot of the odds and ends that might be in here, but this room will basically be just an office and where I'll do a lot of research. I'll have to get it decorated and a few other things, but right now it's just collecting everything that doesn't go in the layout room or in the studio or any of those type of things. So I'm not going to show you the studio because really right now it's just an empty bedroom that's just waiting to have some remodel done. But we are going to look at the crew lounge area and talk a little bit about that. All right, this is the final area that we're going to discuss here a little bit, and this is the crew lounge. Now, it doesn't look like much. My wife's sewing stuff is down here. She'll be sharing the crew lounge with us, but a sectional is going to go into here, and TV on the wall. That's going to be where the crew lounge will be, and so this will be set up as appropriately. It will be decorated and everything to go along with it, but let's talk about the layout because that's really what we're talking about here. On this side of the wall, you can see this door back here. On that side of the wall there is the layout, and so what I'm going to do is the French doors are literally right to your right hand side. We're going to take and replace those doors. I'm going to bring the layout into this room some to pick up another 50 square feet. So that'll give me a total of 750 square feet. Now my last layout was 900 square feet. So this is really a little smaller, but not that much. Only 150 square feet less, which is a lot. You know, some layouts are just 150 square feet. So this is really a fair compromise. Especially considering I end up with a modeling studio, I end up with a crew lounge, I end up with a wood shop, all located right around the layout, which will make it really nice. So if you are interested in helping build this layout, as I said, I have no crew right now. John and Sean are both all the way on the other side of the United States. I am located in Bluffton, Indiana. You can reach me, which is just south of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And you can reach me either through the YouTube channel or through the Facebook page, which is the Colorado Front Range, and that's where you can reach out. Like I said, I've got some remodeling to do, and I still have to design at least a footprint for the layout. So I've got at least another month or two before building will even begin. Not to mention I have to get the household settled and everything else. But when that does occur, please feel free to reach out even now and let me know that you're interested. There is not going to be a requirement of you got to have X number of years. Look, I'll take anyone under my wing, teach them how to do model railroading. If you're interested in doing a large layout and finding out what it's involved in it, contact me, let me know. If you are an experienced modeler, have no place to model, this is where it's going to be. I will be financing it. But that means I get to decide what's going to happen in there. But it's certainly a conversation. If you have any questions, contact Sean and John. They're both administrators still on the Colorado Front Range. They know exactly how I've operated in the past We had a great time. This is usually what happens is we start to build this layout and it just becomes a great camaraderie and we get to enjoy modeling. So I hope this helps you. This is the tour, the base tour of the Colorado Front Range, or rather the new Colorado Front Range. I hope you enjoy this video. Hope it finds you well. Until next time, happy modeling.